that up, the offside decision. The law is the law, of course, and whether you like it or not, it does seem that they probably got it right. I've got the law exactly as it is here. A player in an offside position receiving the ball from an opponent who deliberately plays the ball is not considered to have gained an advantage. So Rodri was offside, but obviously Mings controlled it. All yours, Martin.
Well, I am with Dean Smith here to a certain extent, but at the end of the day...
Sympathy, yes.
Yeah, sympathy. The rule is the rule. I'm not comfortable with the rule in the spirit of things. But Tyrone Mings should just deal with the ball and clear it and then ask questions afterwards. He gets punished. And they were in the game, of course, until this point, so it's very significant. But you look here, he can see the player, so he knows that the player is there. He doesn't surprise him. He has a little look over his shoulder again.
If the player challenges him immediately for the ball, then it would have been offside because he'd have been trying for the ball. But because there was a distance, therefore the law kicks in.
Yeah, but it's the player that was offside that actually makes contact with him. That's why I'm not comfortable with it. But
no, the law, absolutely, but...
Yeah, you've got to have a bit of sympathy with it.
It's a rubbish law, basically.
Tyson, because what's he supposed to do? He's not got eyes behind his head. He's tried to, maybe the mistake he made is trying to chest it down. Maybe he should have just headed it away. Yeah. But it was a difficult decision. I think that's an advantage.
The rule needs looking at, and I'm the spirit of the game, the principle of that is not. I'm not comfortable with that. And maybe, obviously, Dean Smith maybe wanted him to go and look at it, Gary, but because it's a rule, he can't because it's right. Yeah. But the rule is wrong for me.
Yeah. Yep, 6 wins in a row now for Manchester City. They've got a really good, solid central defensive partnership now, haven't they? We talked a lot about John Stones and his magnificent comeback, but Ruben Dias caught your eye today.
Yeah, Dias, I'm a big fan of Stones, so I'm not being shy about talking about him, but Dias today was just outstanding. He's just so calm and composed. He's only 23 years age. He's playing like he's a senior pro at 30, 35. He just always seems to be in the right decision. If you look here, he makes a decision. I'm not going to go with a striker and I'm not going to go with Barker, their midfielder. I'm going to do both in one. Cuts out the one and then he goes and steps in and receives the ball. And this is just amazing play. Look at his body position here. He gets it so low so he can dictate to where he wants the player to go instead of the player dictating to him. This time, he slides and cuts it out. And they've just been a revelation of a partnership. He really organises from the back. When I've been to the games, he's the one shouting, always in the right position. Here, he goes down, but that's not enough for him. He gets up and he's straight out to the ball. And this is just, you're not talking about the basics, but he does the basics very well. Gets his feet a little bit mixed up here, but first reaction, get back into position, gets a little bit lucky here, but when you're playing that well, you deserve that look. And the partnership between them is just incredible. It really has.
I think there's 10 clean sheets now between them. They're like a twin in there. Yeah. They really reflect one another, clean sheets, and they build upon that, and City could well go and win it now,
Probably
Gary.
juggling balls between themselves. It's the...